Hey, this is Hal Sarge. I've been noticing a lot of people in the cyber badlands, the internet Mad Max guys, talk about primary weapons. And when they're talking about primary weapons, they're primarily talking about SKSs, AKs, AR-15s, long guns, things of that nature. But I come from a little different school of thought. For me, a primary weapon is the weapon you're going to have on you primarily all the time. So for me, my primary weapon is a sidearm, a pistol. Now everyone's seen my SD9VE by Smith & Wesson, 9mm. Love this little gun. It's the poor man's Glock. I gave $289 for this a while back. I looked around today, September the 7th, 2016, at a couple of my local gun stores, and they're up to $339 consistently. So they've gone up about $50 in I don't know, 6-8 months. I would still buy one. I still like them. I still think it, even at $339, they're well worth the money. So this is my primary weapon because it's the weapon I primarily have on me all the time. Because I do believe everywhere you go, you should have a sidearm. So I was out today again while I was looking around, and I ran into something else that I liked. The Millenium G2 by Taurus. This too is a 9mm. I gave $275.55 as of today's date. $275.55. So if you're on a budget, you might want to look at these for your first weapon, or just to have. If you've got other weapons, it's still $275.55. It has the Glock light takedowns on it. It has the little rail on the front for your gear queers to put their fancy stuff on. The striations on the slide are very pronounced. Almost too sharp, but man, you can get a really good purchase on that. And it is empty, guys. By the way, it's empty. It's got the Glock light trigger on it. The stippling on the grip is, wow. You're not going to lose this wet or dry. It's going to stay in your hand, and it fits my hand rather well for a small gun. Compared to my SD9VE, here's a size comparison. That's the size comparison of them. Now, when I was in the store looking at it, I asked the person behind the counter to hand it to me, and they gave it to me, and 9mm Millenium G2 by Taurus. I said, that's a nice looking little 9mm. I said, what's it hold? 7-8 rounds? The guy said, no, actually it holds 12. I said, really? That smaller gun holds 12 9mm rounds? They said, yeah. It comes with 2 double stacked 12 round magazines. Now, I find that attractive, a gun that small holding that many rounds. I like that. So this will be my wife's primary weapon. So we'll shoot it in a couple days. We'll make a video in a couple days of her shooting it because, again, this will be her primary weapon. So I want her input on what she thinks about the sidearm. Now, according to their literature, it is a 9mm single and double action, 12 round magazine, one in the chamber for 13. The overall length is 6.2 inches. The overall height is 5.1 inches. The width is 1.2 inches. Trigger pulls between 5 and 9 pounds, and it weighs between 20.5 ounces and 20.8 ounces. Alloy, steel slide, stainless barrel, polymer grips. I really liked it, so I bought it. $275.55. This again will be my wife's primary weapon. So I'm excited about her getting home from her conference. She's out of town right now, and I'm just dying for her to get home so we can take this thing out and make a video shooting it. I want to see just how it does. I don't really want to give a complete opinion on it at this point because, again, I haven't fired it. And it's all about the bang bang, right? But for $275.55 as of today's date, so far from just what I've seen, I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. So if you're on a budget, if you're looking for that first firearm, check out these Millenium G2s. by Taurus. $275.55. Again, I'm hoping it shoots as good as I think it will. I've owned Tauruses. I still own Tauruses. I guess now we own another one. But again, my primary weapons are sidearms, pistols, because that's what I have with me primarily all the time. Never should anyone go anywhere without a sidearm. If you have businesses in your community who have signs posted, no weapons allowed, I don't do business with them. There's several places here locally that I just don't go in because they don't want sidearms, weapons of any kind. So I just don't do business with them. Because in my opinion, my school of thought is you should always have your primary weapon with you everywhere you go. So I'm hoping this works out good. I have high hopes for it. Taurus Millenium G2 9mm 212 round double stack magazines, $275.55. Check them out. Do a little research on them. See what you think. A couple days we'll do a shooting video and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. I think it's going to be awesome. But then again, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This is Howlin' Sarge. I'm out.